How dare they disgrace the name Kabuto by doing Operation Catfish? That's right. Even JoJo's an agent. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Rider Time podcast here on the Morphin Network. I'm Mike, and we are here to discuss Kamen Rider Gavv, episode 25, The Taste of Honey in Virtual Happiness. And first of all, I just want to apologize to everyone about having to delay this episode to Saturday because there was severe power outages and it was a tough week, and obviously because the power was out, there's no Wi-Fi, so I couldn't even get the episode out, and more importantly, my refrigerator wasn't working, so I could not even make this delicious ice cream cake because the episode literally starts off with our main characters eating ice cream cake. Well, not quite. The way it actually starts off is by having Shoma and Sachika do some shopping while they happen to come across Rakia trying sleeping on a bench. So naturally, being the good guys that they are, they take him in and try. It's like, hey, we got a lot of ice cream. Let's get some ice cream cake, because that way, we can all enjoy ourselves. And of course, Shoma's like, oh my god, ice cream cake? Like cake with ice cream inside? What's going on? And of course, like he's like just enjoying it, and he's just freezing. And he ends up popping out another ice cream gochizo, which is interesting because I always wonder, would he pop out an ice cream one? Would he pop out a cake one? Would he pop out a hybrid? Are they going to do like Volcano Rex situation where he combines both forms? Well, doesn't seem to be the case, but ice cream cake is actually a very interesting concept. This is actually my first attempt at making it. And basically, the way it works is you have to bake a chocolate. In the case of a chocolate cake, what you want to do is you bake the cake like you normally would, but you freeze the batter in order to maintain a really cold temperature because you're going to put ice cream on top of that. And in order to put ice cream on top, you have to make sure the ice cream doesn't melt. So you have to take hard frozen ice cream and then break it down. I mean, you can soften it a little bit, but it's going to be hard because you are pressed for time. And typically you would take a pan, like a cylindrical pan, and just like put the ice cream into the pan with a plastic wrap surrounding the pan so that once you flatten it out, you could just put it in the freezer again, and then the ice cream will reshape itself into a more cylindrical form, just like the pan that you would normally use for the cake. Naturally, if you want to use crushed Oreo crumbs or use or use what's it called or use fondue shell, that also allows you to create a hardened layer of the ice cream. You can put it underneath or above, but remember that layer has to be kept cold, guys. And then once you combine the layers, you have to freeze it again and then pull it out, and then you can use heavy cream to make whipped cream to create a surrounding layer and then decorate it as follows. You got to keep it frozen until time of serving. There are two variants. There's the standard layered cake where you got the batter, you got the crunchies, you got the ice cream, and then on top you have the whipped cream. But I decided to challenge myself and try to do the other variant, which is the Bushel de Noël variant. So basically, I made an Arctic roll. Arctic roll is basically the same thing as a Yule log, except you use ice cream instead of heavy cream, and the process is roughly the same, except I did have to soften the ice cream a little bit, and you have to make a really thin layer with the chocolate batter so that you could roll it up later on. And then once you slice it up, you could just put it in the freezer, or you could just freeze it and then slice it up afterwards. But the reason why I sliced it up first is because I wanted to make sure that it's not too hard for the actual slicing. Then individually, I use dark chocolate shell in order to harden the outside, and then use cocoa oil to make the white chocolate drizzle, and of course follow through with keto Oreo crumbs, and that's how I made. Cross section does look a little weird because it's all spiral. It just looks like two squares, but hey, it is what it is, It still tastes amazing though. But meanwhile, someone else is having a cake of a different sort. Not gonna lie, it kind of resembles Napoleon, but a little more thinly sliced than you normally would get Napoleon. Maybe some other time I will do a segment on Napoleon cake. When I was younger, it was my favorite cake to eat, but I digress. And they're eating it in the presence of a VTuber named Kabuto, man. I feel like my identity is being robbed. Like another person calling themselves Kabuto. And then I feel so violated. And then, of course, it turns out, yeah, the VTuber is actually a catfish. Well, technically a rhinoceros beetle, but still a catfish. Because it's all a diversion to make a person happy enough to turn into a human press. Shocking twist. But what's really odd is that typically a granute would maintain their human form, just like pull that tongue out. But instead, they are in their granute form. And of course, we cut to Hanto and Suga. It turns out Suga had a lot of pizza with a young companion. Could it be Niel, perhaps? But also, more importantly, does this mean we're foreshadowing a possible pizza form? Who knows? Oh yeah, and also Rakia reveals to our heroes that, yeah, this ice cream cake stuff, this isn't what we granutes eat. Oh, what do you eat? And he pulls out some rocks, starts chewing on it. Oh, what is that? It's rocks, stupid. You've got to be kidding me. They eat rocks. So let me get this straight. So Rakia's actor went from being a rock to eating rock. I mean, if Kira Major came out after Kamen Rider Gavv, I would at least make the joke, you are what you eat, because he eats rocks, then he becomes a rock person. Ugh. Is that a JoJo reference? I didn't even intend it to be one, but if the shoe fits, the stone mask fits. Meanwhile, yeah, and of course Hanto does get an update that, hey, there's a bitter Gavv attacking a gymnasium, so we're gonna go after him. And of course he does such a kick butt job of it with his dark chocolate that the bitter Gavv runs off. And yes, he's super happy, cheerful, hey, I want someone to play with me. I want someone to play with me. And Shoma shows up. It's like, hey, did you need help? I don't need your help, Shoma. You're late. Whoa. This dude has gotten so emo. Even his jacket went black. Just earlier on, he mostly wore red and brown, which kind of emulates the whole milk chocolate with the scarlet wrapper that his normal form would have. But now he's wearing mostly blacks, as if to say it's I'm dark chocolate now. Not gonna lie though, I wish the brown parts of Valen's costume would be completely turned black. I don't mind the white chocolate bits having those little still being around, or even them having those little dark black decals on them. But at least turn the brown parts black to emulate that it's dark chocolate now. Maybe change the color of the wrapper. Maybe purple to contrast the red of bitter Gavv. Also, we do get a funny scene where Sachika and Rakia try to help a woman move some stuff, and he falls unconscious. It's okay, you failed your first job. Second job, you just have to wait in line and get a cake from a specialty shop for this woman. Yeah, basically he's working at Uber Eats in this episode. And yeah, he even sees a happy couple getting their cakes. Like, happiness. How dull. Come on, dude. Come on, dude. But of course, when they deliver the food to the lady, she's like, "Oh yeah, Kabuto Man talked big game about this cake, so I have to try it." I'm like, this dude's stealing my identity, man. I mean, technically, my name isn't Kabuto Man; it's Boken Kabuto, but still, like, the Kabuto aspect is very prominent. Now, to be fair, this dude's is a VTuber wearing a helmet, while I'm going for the full, Tendo Soji aspect. But it still kind of bothers me a little bit. It's like, you're taking my good name and using it to do evil catfish stuff. Also, I'm not a fan of the design of this VTuber avatar. Here's the thing. I've seen a lot of much better VTuber designs. While I'm not a big part of the VTuber community or big enthusiast of VTuber communities, there are some content creators that I actually do watch who happen to use VTuber avatars in order to make their content. But for me, the appeal is not the fact that they have virtual avatars as much as it's like, I just like the quality of their work, like reacting to Gordon Ramsay videos or reacting to SAO Abridged. I mean, it is kind of freaky how they're able to make all these like very animated expressions, like. But with that in mind, like looking back on these VTuber avatars, they're still better designs than Kabuto Man. It just feels so generic. It's like Diet Sebastian from Black Butler, and you just put an exaggerated samurai helmet on him and call it a day. It's so boring in design, and he's so long and lanky, and even like the frame rate just feels unnatural, even by VTuber standards. It's so odd. It's gonna bother me. But yeah, no, like if you have a favorite VTuber, let us know. Let us know what you guys think are some of your favorites. In the comments. Meanwhile, the next job that Sachika and Rocky have to do is escort this teenager to Kabuto Man because apparently he won a prize to have dinner with him. And of course, Sachika explains what a VTuber is, which is good. But of course, Hanto is getting chest pains because ever since he started using the dark chocolate stuff, while Sachika needs to help Shoma actually get more ice cream because apparently lately it's the only thing he can eat right now. I wonder. But yeah, so this kid goes after Kabuto Man, and Rocky is like, I don't I don't even see the point of this. Why are you even doing this? Like, you don't have to come with me, but I am gonna go see Kabuto Man. He's like, oh, what a drag. So he follows after him from a distance. And the thing is, Rocky even senses that Kabuto Man might be dangerous. Like he just senses something might be off, but this kid ain't listening. So this kid follows in after Rocket follows after this kid. Meanwhile, there's a Senbei Gochizo. Interesting. I haven't seen this Gochiza before, and I very much doubt he's going to be using it anytime soon because now that he has the ice cream form, in addition to Cake King. So an injured Shoma tries to fight against Bitter Gavv, and he struggles. Like even as soon as he transforms into his ice cream form, the ice cream Gochiza already is starting to melt slightly. And then this battle just goes on ahead, and it just the ice cream Gochizo melts almost instantly. causing him to demorph, allowing Bitter God to take advantage of the opportunity. This allows Hunter to show up and come back as his dark Valen form, and he's kicking this dude's butt, but he still makes another run for it. But so this kid, he shows up to Kabuto Man, and it's like, oh, aren't you happy to go to eat food with your favorite celebrity? Actually, I'm not. In fact, I'm angry. Oh, why is that? Because you are not the real Kabuto Man. You stole my VTuber account. Dun dun dun. Oh my god, man. I was just joking about my identity being stolen. I didn't think that this would involve a kid in the actual show getting his identity stolen. And of course, this imposter reveals himself. Well, I suppose there's no point in hiding. So then he comes out in his full granute form. And of course, he's a rhinoceros beetle, which upsets me because while this is a cool design, this dude should be a catfish. So as it turns out, this dude, like those little like USB drives that give people their granutes their disguises, they actually he lost his, so he was trapped in his granute form. But he discovered the miracle of VTubing, which means that he no longer has to worry about having a human form. He could just hide behind a virtual avatar. And of course, he recognizes Rakia as a previously announced traitor. It's like, I will destroy you. You're just as weak as your brother Comer. It's like, you know Comer? Yeah, he had cold feet. Like he was supposed to fulfill a shipment, and he bailed, so he died. Oh man, bruh, you have no idea what world of hurt you just opened. Now Rakia's pissed, and he's gonna go after this guy. Will he defeat him? Who knows? Will he find out more about Comer's death? Hopefully. If it's not one of those convenient, classic Kamen Rider things where it's like, tell me, who did it? And then it instantly dies. Bruh. But I am curious, what is the relationship between Comer and Kabuto Man? Like, what was their, were they partnered at one point? Were they competitors? Why did Comer get cold feet despite his addiction? Did he even become addicted? I wonder. And because we know that Lakia wasn't originally addicted to dark candy, he was actually against it. He only pretended to be a junkie, but was Comer also a junkie? I wonder. Meanwhile, what's going on with Hanto with his chest pains? What's going on with Shoma with his stomach pains? I can't wait to find out. But this episode, it's a 9. I like how it focuses on Sachika and Rakia for once, because this is something I actually wanted to see for a minute. I wanted to see their chemistry with each other. We didn't see too much of it, but I would like to see more of it in the next episode. Because, she's the one who's like super accepting and loves everyone, and he's the one who's like trying to blend in and understand human culture more. So let's see how this plays out. I noticed that Kabuto Man is about to attack a whole room full of people, so I wonder how he's going to orchestrate that. Will Shoma get a new form, like upgrading his ice cream form? Will, kind of like how Geats Mark II got Geats laser boost? Is Hanto going to get a much better dark chocolate form when he gets that new gun that has already been leaked in magazines? Who knows? Will Lakia get a new form? I hope he does. When are we going to defeat our next member of the Semic family? Let's find out. But, that's my review for the episode. Unfortunately, there are no comments today. I'm guessing a lot of people are busy. It's the week before It's the week before St. Patty's, so I imagine that you guys are actually going to be like pre-gaming and prepping. Just make sure you stay responsible. With that in mind, please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Ding the bell icon to stay notified for our latest videos. Also, please be sure to share our videos because it helps out the algorithm. On Mondays, we are going to get started with Ultraman Classic, the 1966 series, and the second series of the Ultra series. Sorry, second season of the Ultra series. Wednesdays, we're doing Kamen Rider Gavv. Hopefully, with our internet back on, we won't have any more delays. And Thursday, we are doing the number one Sentai, Gojuger. And on Sundays, we are continuing our journey through Kamen Rider Classic from 1971. We also have plenty of convention interviews from Power Morphicon. We have 20 more interviews left to upload. Hopefully, we'll get them done with all of them uploaded within the next 2 months. Also, if you want to see us in person, we will be at Pasadena Comic-Con on May 24th at the Pasadena Convention Center. And then we will be at Robo Toy Fest on June 8th at the Burbank Marriott Convention Center. So we hope to see you guys at both of those events. We hope to see you guys real soon. And again, if you want to follow my personal content, you can find me on Instagram at Boken_Kabuto and on Twitch at twitch.tv/BokenKabuto. And also on my Twitch channel, we are also streaming Morphin Network content as well. So you have 3 methods of watching our podcast. With all that said, guys, please be sure to stay safe, stay hydrated, update your emergency kits, hug your loved ones, and we'll see you again real soon. Goodbye.